Do go over to Bristleback for their off lane. So that's another nice front line here. You do have some...
I think with the Lightning Storm spam, he should be able to abuse the Void Spirit quite nicely. Top lane though, Snake King. Gonna go down to the right click of KJ. The Aphotic shield damage really hurting the Bristleback just then as KJ gonna go for a dive in, and Z-Freak, he's stuck around, but KJ is gonna get the kill first, and he gives...
Costabile is queued up. Should be up in a fairly timely manner here.
Oh, here we go again. 2-second stun. There's the shield out. Snaking, he just can't. It's too much damage. And for Z-Freak, he's got a way of pushing this tier 1, but... well, maybe he has to, because mid lane is being forced in already. Ryoya trying to fight, will have to back off because Mu has died, and instead they will TP Snaking in on the Bristleback.
Up. Of course, there are heroes around. KJ.
Try and tank the damage out. Borrow time. Gonna be used up. Fear. Unstable concoction. It's gonna land, and KJ, that'll be his death. Now Costabile gonna show up with the Phantasm, and now Arena also dropped, but the Yules makes it so Ryoya gets away. So 4DR committed the Yules, and Tavo committed the Arena at the same time. Now Thea Lacour is also gonna die on the Dark Willow, and a bit of miscoordination there from SG. Mid lane now, 4DR again being slowed, but the Aphotic Shield gonna kick in. Snaking was recalled, now 4DR in the middle of everything. He's going to try and fight back with the Lightning Storm. Terrorize out, Costabile going to show up as well. And it looks like they'll just focus on the Bristle. The Curse Crown going, but it only connects on one. Ryoya now jumping in with a double damage rune as well on the Void Spirit. They are trying to take down Thea Lacour. Another spear not going to land, but this time around they will finally kill off the Void Spirit. Still, it looks like PentAce, they want to keep going. They are starting to drop quite low. That'll be it. Ryoya dies. SG. They found there. Costabile going on to Z-Freak. Does reality rift him back in. Curse Crown out. He's going to use all his leap charges and gets a nice arrow onto Costabile, but there's no follow-up. Instead, they're going to try and go onto the Bristleback. Snaking is pretty tanky now, but apparently not tanky enough. Gonna die, and that'll be the second death now for PentAce. I mean, if you could kill the CK, be a great start, but it seems that they know he's up there. Or maybe not. Fear gonna get the stun off, but Tavo is around with the spear. Arrow not gonna land on anyone. Costabile is right out. Instead, they have made the jump back in on the Mars. Tavo low, but Terrorize does come in. Still Fear with the BKB rushing right through. Still trying to kill off this Mars, but he's going to be able to get away. Instead, they'll turn back around onto KJ, but he has the borrowed time. And the turnaround again from SG Esports with a nice Arena down. They've got Fear on the Alchemist. He's invis, but it doesn't matter. They have the detection. They'll get KJ, but it is not going to matter either, as Snaking does die on the Bristleback. Thea Lacour goes down, but they are really winning up this teamfight, SG, as they found even Ryoya. The spear will land right on the wall, and they'll just stun him up. And SG Esports are well and truly in the driver's seat now.
In front, they're gonna have to try and defend. Tier 3s are gonna melt.
Aether Remnant does at least catch out 4DR. They'll land the arrow as well, but they've caught Snaking on the Bristleback for a 4-second stun. He's gonna make it out. Tavo very low on that Mars, but is not gonna die. The Aphotic Shield will save his life. 4DR now looking to turn right back around onto Ryoya, but he wants to fight with the rest of his team. They'll at least get Thea Lacour. Can they find a bit more though? 4DR, healthy again, gonna turn right back around. Now an Arena's down. They got the Void Spirit. They want him dead, and they'll get Ryoya. Onto Snaking, the Bristleback, really not that tanky when it comes to Costabile and 4DR. SG Esports immediately running over. They want the fight, especially if it's outside of their base. Thea Lacour trying to scout with his own courier now. They found Z-Freak, but Terrorize is not going to land. Costabile has the Mirana used up, and it looks like they will kill off Z-Freak immediately. Into Ryoya, but Fear is around trying to go on that CK, but Costabile, he's a tanky boy. He gets the Phantasm. He's quite low, however, and they might be able to kill him, and they do. Fear, he gets through the HP and armor, but can he survive? No, he cannot. 4DR and Tavo just take him down. Snaking gonna try and keep going, but the damage output from 4DR is quite high at the moment. He's still gonna run away. KJ also going down there to Ryoya. They're going to try and turn now the 40R. Doesn't really have much mana. Tavo going to spear away the Bristle. Ryoya's back in. 40R still trying to fight back. He will get one in the form of Ryoya. Snaking though should see there's not really much mana left. 40R, how much more damage can he do? The Edict is still going, so they are afraid. But Tavo jumps in with the Counter Rebuke. Spear back. Snaking is still alive on 100 HP. Back towards 40R. Jukes out the Split Earth as well. Moo with the Illuminate still going onto this Slash Rack. And they should eventually kill him off. But he's just not dying. Z-Freak now in there with the Yules. The arrow connects. They'll finally get him. And that is kiting 101 John to Ace. And suddenly this game got a lot harder for SG Esports. As they try and fight, but 40R has been stunned by the Abyssal Blade. Willow is dropped as well onto 40R. And this is looking kind of bad for SG. But they're going to try and fight back by killing off Ryoya. The crits from Costa Bile doing a lot of damage, and Ryoya just caught in the middle of that arena. Could not find a way out. 40R now, Split Earth is going to land on the Mirana, but Z-Freak does manage to leap. It's not going to help. Costa Bile still lands the stun.
Up these fights by at least getting a couple of procs off before anything is set to begin. But a smoke out here.
They're going to fight. Abyssal Blade's right in onto the Abaddon. They want to blow him up, but no, they go onto Costa Bile instead. After the borrowed times pop. Phantasm's there, however. There goes Moo. Your Keeper of the Light's dead, and now your Bristleback's in trouble, and so is Fear, as he is just perma-stunned up on the Alchemist. Now your Bristleback's gone. This could be it. There's no buyback left on that Alch. Z-Freak, he does end up getting stunned and taken out. And they do have a buyback on Snaking, but it's going to... It looks like they will feel the need to just go up to some tier 4 towers while they have a chance. Snaking, trying to distract them a little bit, but a nice Abyssal Blade set up there from Tavo onto Ryoya. He can buy back on the Void Spirit. For now, he is going to wait a little bit. The tier 4s are still under siege, however, but there's Fear coming up now. It's going to force them back. The Abyssal is there, but Fear gets speared backwards. Costa Bile still alive. Terrorized coming out, but the Minotaur Horn from Fear, keeping him from being feared up. He will go back in, however. Moo will die immediately on the Coddle, and Costa Bile is still running away. They're still trying, but he's just healing up with the lifesteal. They can get him eventually, though. Fear does jump right back in and gets him. 40R trying to run. Ryoya gets a dieback, or rather gets killed and has to die back. And 40R also kills off Z-Freak and gets out with a TP. He does actually manage to farm up the gold for his buyback in that little bit of time. So he's going to be feeling okay about that. Aether actually locks onto the right CK, but 40R, he started the team fight. Onto Z-Freak, but the Mirana is going to survive. Double Divine Rapier's up on Fear now. He's got 2 swords because he has 2 hands, and he'll make the jump in. Onto Mars, Tava will die. KJ now and 40R have to be very careful. That is a lot of damage, but they'll be able to back with a nice Terrorize out. Ryoya to simulate back the way into the Roshan pit. Costa Bile, of course, he got the Aegis up. And it looks like SG Esports are more than happy to fight as the Ancient. Well, how could we forget, John, the Ancient? The Mega Creeps, they had enough of this game. They just finished it for us.
Yeah, that fight, and you know, we did see some of the damage coming through from Fear, right? Double Divine.
Actually, and I guess having the X back for the Quap is going to be very nice in this matchup.
And he does have the Entangle creep. That can cause some issues once you get the spin off. That could be a kill.
Perhaps. Fear is going to have to help out, but they got Moo. Fear core quite low, but Fear is going to be forced to...
Pretty nice here. They're slightly behind in last hits, but the control has given a bit of an edge for 40R, although...
Yeah, they get Thea core. Z-Freak landing a nice... Tavo with the rotation into mid. 40R. X's up Ryoya. Moo is around to help if necessary, but here comes Tavo. Ryoya being lifted up, Arena down, Spear there, and they land everything. Great rotation there from the Mars. 40R going to be very thankful about that one. He just flew over the wall. Snaking will be there now to just defend this tier 1 top tower. Ryoya going to move in. He does have level 9 and has a big sonic wave to throw out if he wants. Costa Bile in trouble. Stun lands, but the Aphotic Shield going to help him out. And instead they'll try to turn back onto Moo, but he's going to be just fine as Ryoya right in with the Ravage now from Snaking. The arrow to follow up. They have caught so many heroes here. 40R is going to go down. Tavo, however, along with Costabile are going to turn right back onto Snaking. And they fight back regardless of how bad the team fight looks. And it kind of works out for them. They still lose a massive pickup in the Kunkka, but at least they get a Tidehunter for a trade, and they can go.
And you can pile onto that easily with a ghost ship on top of it.
40R, Invis in the mid lane. Looks like he wanted to try and get an X off onto Snaking. They'll be able to get it. Arrow will come through from the Rubik. Boat to fly in. Costabile there with the extra damage. Will take the courier first, and then will come back for the life of Snaking. Really nice rotation there from Costabile. And that'll be the T1 mid tower going down quite freely. A lot of patience from 40R. Ryoya, oh, he's going to show up. There's your X, he knew. The boat to fly in. Can he somehow get out of this? It's not looking great, especially once that spear comes in and he does die. Fear's going to come in with Snaking and the Mirana. They want to try and fight back. Theolacourt just going to TP away right in front of them. And they catch nobody. Maybe 40R goes down. Z-Freak at least takes the bounty off him. Looks like they're going to be forced to defend their mid T1 tower very soon. Snaking is around, slowing down the push. Theolacourt moves in. They can go for the deny. Z-Freak, he died bot lane while all this has been happening. Theolacourt is still being chased down by Fear and Snaking. They really want to trade, but KJ's around now on the Abaddon, and so is Tavo. They may have gone a bit too far. The spin is there from Fear. He's going to try and run, but the arena has been dropped at a nice speed of land. Ravage is out though. Snaking trying to protect his carry, but is it going to be enough? The Omni flies through. He jukes out the boat, but it's still a lot of damage coming in onto the Jug, and now Costabile does move in, kills him off. Snaking, he might be alright, or maybe not. He gets lifted and thrown right back. He'll try to walk away, but it is a very, very slow walk. And SG Esports will once again clean up. Ravage is not up for another 15 seconds. Moonlight's about to wear out. He's going to be spotted. And the X is going to be there. He is tanky. His team is coming in to try and help out. Maybe this is a bit of a bait play. Snaking, he has Ravage in 5 seconds. Ryoya, Arena, the Silence going to make sure he can't get speared. Snaking now trying to back off, and an Omni Slash is going to be committed. A nice spear to the tree, but Ravage is still up and ready to go. They will commit now, and it lands on every single person. Sonic Wave in the backlines, but the stolen Ravage is also going to be there from Theolacourt. It doesn't land on many, but they are still able to fight back. Back onto that Tide. Snaking still tanking all the damage. Costabile going a bit too far. Will die. Now the arrow being tanked by Tavo. But Theolacourt is still going to go down to the scream of Ryoya. And Tavo eventually should fall. In fact, they will even find KJ. And that's a great team fight for PentAce. And it seems as though they were indeed baiting with the Tide.
Yeah, really good play coming out from them. SG Esports.
However, Yule's there, lift up from the Rubik, not allowing the follow-up arrow. Snaking onto Costabile, just with an anchor smash. Oh, nice arena, Tavo. He's got 3, but the Torrent again. It won't matter. Z-Freak is still going to die. Moon out. Focused on? No, they want to go for more on the Quap with the boat. Ravage is big, though, with a Sonic Wave. It's not doing enough. SG want to keep going with this team fight. Snaking going to be the target they focus down. Fear still has the Omni, so they do have to be somewhat careful. But with the boat run, they can fight. Or maybe they can't. That damage is pretty darn high. They get Theolacourt on the Rubik. Back onto 40R. They'll find the Kunkka. They found the Weaver. And KJ is trying to run along with Tavo, but it looks like both are going to be caught out. And they will probably both die as Fear gets a triple kill on the Jug. And an arrow is going to be perfect from Z-Freak. What a disgusting arrow from the Mirana. He has been continuously just forcing it in. Top lane, Moonlight Shadow was popped. 4DR going to connect with the arrow. Does pop the BKB and just wants to TP right out of there. Bash, though, is going to come in. First hit Bash. Oh, it's a disgusting feeling, John, when you're trying to TP with a BKB and Fee just first hit bashes you through the fog. It does not feel good. They don't get Ryoya either down at the pot lane. They don't find him. He's going to Sakuchi around. Oh, they do. Z-Freak. Very quick. Lands the arrow, gets the silence, and that is massive. Well, that was a quick blink in to make sure he got that Yule Scepter. They got him.
Oh.
Costabile, he has no buyback.
That's very awkward.
There it is. Swift Slash is out. Just a bit of a threat. Warning shot there from the Jug. Snaking. Ravage could be committed, but they get the spear off. Still, Kraken Shell going to save the day. Snaking still being very patient, and he might even just hold on to it. So they won't pop the Ravage. Mu also going to be caught out. Should just be dead, even if it is going to take a while. We get his courier as well. Getting the gem off that courier. In SJ Esports, they aren't up against Megas yet. They're against Megas, so, you know, it's kind of just a given you pick it up. Oh, Fear, that'll be a massive pick-off. They get the lift, they get the Fear, or rather the silence. Fear is still alive through the spin, and he's going to make it out. The Glimmer Cape is there. He might be able to turn now with the Omni.
Oh, no.
Right back on Acostabile. He'll get the time-lapse off. The boat flies in. It lands. Swift Slash. Fear falling very, very low. Snaking right in. They get the Jug, however. He's gone. Ravage is still up on Snaking. They can try to fight back with Ryoya. They'll pop the Ravage now, right onto the Weaver, but the arena's down. They've caught Ryoya on the quap. He's going to BKB and blink out of there and be just fine. Snaking, I can't say the same for you, sir. He is going to die. Meanwhile, look at the Ancient, Thea Lacour trying to control all these creeps. Not really. Tabo. He's going to have some help coming in. Sonic Wave going to be committed, but Ryoya cannot finish off the kill. Instead, he's going to be chased up now by Costabile. Snaking, taking a lot of damage with the silence out. He gets the BKB on the Weaver. Omni, time-lapse, all being committed. Snaking still has the Ravage. Now the Torrent Storm flying in from 40R, but he can't survive the damage up from this Jug, surely. Ryoya jumps in, kills him off with the Scream, and now it's back onto KJ's. Never mind, they got the Weaver. They got the Ravage.
Oh,
they've got the Arrow, and that'll be it. GG is called. PentAce do manage to finish off the side of SG Esports eventually, and of course Fear finishing off in style with the Divine Rapier. Going to feel very nice for him. Now, pretty great series between these two, ending in a 1-1.
Yeah, a lot of testion as well up against Infamous here with that tie. So they're